Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Geek Nerd Dork. My name is Lynn again, and joining me right now is our good friend Eric. How are you,
Hey,
Eric?
are we just geek nerd? Are we just nerd dork? Are we just geek
I,
dork? Or...
I don't know which one we are right now. Trey is having technical issues. He may or may not join us. We don't know. It's Trey.
the
But
internet.
today we are going to watch. It just came out. The teaser trailer for the new James Gunn Superman movie.
Exciting.
Eric's watched this.
I have a few times.
I have not. I find myself when these things happen that I'm going to just wait and get the initial reaction with you guys.
There you go.
Plus, I'm not home all day where I can just watch it.
And I have no patience, so I just watch it.
All right, so let me bring it up here. Let me see. Oh, I just lost Eric.
No,
Oh no!
I'm still there.
Oh yeah, but I mean, you weren't on the
Eric.
screen anymore.
Yeah.
All right, so there it is. I'm going to hit the play button here, and we're going to watch it and get my initial reaction. Here we go. Play button. Dude. You work on the landing some, Superman?
Very 80s with his glasses and the music. What would a whistle be?
Crypto.
Dude.
Home. Take me home. Superman. Superman.
Even the blue reminded me a lot of the Christopher Reeve Superman. The blue text that would come up and go and fly out. Like I think they're going for a lot of that.
Okay. Well,
what do you think?
I did not realize that there were so many other characters in this.
Yep. I knew about most of those except for the big lizard monster thing. I'm not sure what that was.
I did not realize that there were that many. I mean, crypto. I'm all for crypto.
Oh yeah, crypto is great.
But yeah, that was that was a Green Lantern.
Yes, that was the only character I'm like, it just didn't look like a Green Lantern. Like it's Nathan Fillion, like, which I'm a huge fan of him. So hopefully it's
Nathan Fillion's a Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize him.
Yeah, well, he had that weird like blonde mop or bowl cut or whatever that was.
Yeah.
And then Hawk Girl was in there.
Yeah, I recognized her, but I mean,
yeah,
a lot of these other characters, I don't know who they are.
Yeah,
I mean, Lex Luthor.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And who's playing Lex Luthor? Is that
Yes.
Guy who played Beast in the last
Yes.
X-Men.
Yep.
I don't know
Or
who
Mad
he is.
Max. He was in that too.
I don't know what his name is. I can't think of that.
I want to say it starts with a J, but
Okay.
yeah, I don't know.
Whatever.
Anyway.
All right. But yeah, I mean, it looked interesting.
Yes, it's very anti-Snyderverse. Like it was very bright. Like Snyderverse is very dark.
It looked
This is
comic
very,
book.
yeah, it's
It
very
looked
bright.
comic booky. Now, okay, I know this is just a trailer.
Mhm.
I did not like the music.
Oh, okay.
It's John Williams music,
It is, yeah, but different.
but on electric guitar with
It was only in the beginning, and then it kind of faded into
and
orchestral. But it was
major distortion and
yeah, and it was
no,
much more trumpet, like more high brass stuff.
it did not. I'm sorry, it did not. If the only reason I knew it was John Williams music because in the little closed caption it
The
said
closed
John
captioning.
Williams.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only reason I knew it was John Williams. I wouldn't have recognized it.
Yep.
I mean, maybe subconsciously I would have thought, oh, that sounds like Superman music,
Sure.
but it's not. No, I didn't like that.
Yeah. Someone said that interviewed James Gunn, said that the trailer was supposed to give you the feel of the whole movie, meaning like they were going for here's the overall, like, we're going for, hope and defeat and innocence and, helping humanity and
This
bright future and stuff like that. So that's what
it's
the
a
whole movie
teaser,
is.
but this better not been one of those. Hey, we're going to show you all the best parts of the movie.
No, I don't think it was that. It was more just the feeling. You were supposed to get the feeling, like that feeling is the movie.
And
So if you don't like the music, you might have some problems.
I mean, I liked it. I did like it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm old fashioned. I'm not
Change his
sure.
heart.
I don't know if I like this Superman. His look.
Oh yeah, that's been a lot of people are having a problem with his suit
I
too,
don't know if I
because
like.
his suit
I mean,
isn't really skin tight either. It kind of is like loose in places, and it's
yeah.
kind
I
of
mean, I'm not
weird.
sure if I like the Superman. His look. I mean,
Yeah.
is it supposed to be set modern or is it supposed to be like 80s?
I don't know, because I mean, his glasses look very, those Carrera glasses from the 80s and stuff. So I'm not sure.
Now, the Daily Planet looks like the Daily Planet. Like every iteration you've ever seen the Daily Planet.
I was going to say the
like
same thing. I'm like, even the show Smallville, like every Daily Planet looks exactly the same, like in every single everything.
So that's the one consistency in all the Superman universe.
Exactly. It's just the Daily Planet.
The way the Daily Planet looks.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, it's July. Yeah, that's another movie I'm going to have to add to my list. I'm going to have a very busy summer with movies.
Yeah. That's not a bad thing.
No.
Overall, I'm excited for it, but I'm cautiously optimistic about it. Like it looks good, but like I'm not sure about some of it.
And the Snyderverse and stuff, I never really watched any of those. I watched Batman versus Superman and Wonder Woman.
Sure.
I just wasn't the DC's movies when they're coming out that didn't pique my interest. Maybe because Marvel was doing everything so well.
Yeah, they were.
I mean,
they did okay. Like those three, like those two and Aquaman, they were all billion-dollar movies, I believe. So they did well, but then it sort of faded off and people kind of stopped.
Yeah, and so I mean, I feel like with the Snyderverse, DC tried to get up to Marvel level too quick, where Marvel built more. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just. I mean, I liked Christopher Reeve Superman 1 and Superman 2. I think we may even discuss. I don't know if we discussed it on the show or not. But Superman 1, Christopher Reeve, is a very slow movie.
Yeah,
the first one. Go 40 minutes without seeing Superman. Superman 2, really good. I enjoyed Superman 2.
Yep.
Superman 3 was a Richard Pryor movie with Superman in it. Superman 4 was bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So I like 1.5 Superman movies from back in the day. I really like the Batman movies. I've liked almost at least all the Batman movies I've watched I think I've enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
Batman versus Superman was but I mean, the Michael Keaton Batman and Joel Schumacher, Tim Burton ones, those were all good.
Batman v Superman would have been okay if it didn't all boil down to the solution is just recognize that their mom's names was the same.
Yeah.
And we're solved. I'm like,
yeah. So I do like some DC movies.
Yeah. Wonder Woman, the first one, Wonder Woman was good.
Yeah, Wonder Woman was good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Not the second one. The second one was terrible, but
never watched it. So
don't bother.
Okay, I'll make a note of that one. So I mean, I've liked them, but it's harder for me to get into DC. Batman I can get into.
Yeah.
DC in general, it's hard.
But you said you haven't seen the new Batman, right?
No, I've not seen the newest Batman. The Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, it was really
Batman
good.
movie.
Yep.
It's on my list of movies to watch.
There's a couple points where it drags a little in the middle, like it slows down a bit, but other than that, like it is awesome.
I haven't seen it, but I heard that the movie would be a half hour shorter if he just walked faster.
Yeah, that's true. I hadn't heard the walk faster part.
Yeah, I'd heard that when it came out.
That's true.
If he would just walk faster, the movie would have been half hour shorter.
That's pretty good. Yeah, anytime he gets somewhere too, the places I'm thinking that are slow is where he gets to a place and then he just walks kind of slowly around and says things for a while.
Yeah. So if he would walk faster.
Yeah, but the movie's really good because it really hits what the comic book did, which is he was being a detective.
Because this is like Batman Year One.
Yeah, year one or year two. Yeah, it's supposed to be early.
He hasn't been Batman very long. Okay, this is Superman. And I mean, people don't like him in this trailer.
Yeah, threw a can at him.
It looks like they're protesting him. And
yeah, it looks like they might go through the whole swing. Like, it's the same swing that Spider-Man always goes through. It's like, oh, we love Spider-Man. Oh, we hate Spider-Man. Oh, same thing. I think they'll do it with this one, too, where they love him, then they hate him, then they love him again.
They don't look like they like him.
I was a little curious who the pruny-looking guy was. I'm like, is that Brainiac or who?
I don't know who any of these people are. Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to
tell. I'm kind of glad that I don't know anything going into this fresh.
It's a good teaser.
Yeah. So, and I'm going to have to go into it fresh. I honestly don't know a bunch. The only knowledge I really know about Superman is from the Christopher Reeve movies.
Sure.
And Superman animated series that came on after Batman, the animated series did, and Justice League some. Basically all of my Superman knowledge right there.
Oh, see, I've gone and watched. Yeah, I watched.
But you're a Superman nut.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still more of a Marvel guy, but like, I really like Superman. I watched all of Smallville when I was in my early 20s. Like, it was great. I watched Superman and Lois, which just ended, which was probably the best Superman TV show that's been around. And I watched Krypton as well. You remember that? It was on a sci-fi. I think it was a sci-fi show.
I think I remember hearing about it or something.
Yeah, that one was really good too. It's about Superman's grandfather when he was, kind of late teens, early 20s, something time period, and it's on Krypton, and it's really actually quite good. It ended kind of soon. I don't think there were only 2 or 3 seasons, but it was pretty good.
All right, okay. But yeah, I mean, so I don't know. I don't have a lot of Superman lore in my head, so maybe this is what I need. I need to start something new.
I remember when the Death of Superman comic came out. I think I was either middle school or high school when that came out.
I do remember that vaguely, and then there was like after he died, there was like 4 different Supermans and stuff.
Yes. Yeah, there was like
yeah.
Well, some of them weren't even suit like there's one guy that just put on he made a metal suit and had a hammer and made John, what's his name? And he was in the Superman and Lois show, actually, that character. Okay. And then there was like there was like the Superboy clone, and then there was like another clone that had like these yellow glasses and like
I mean, I again vaguely remember.
Yeah, I read some of those. That was about the time I got into comics. It was sort of like late middle school, early high school, and yeah, there's some really good, interesting stuff back then.
Okay.
Crisis on Infinite Earth was also back then. That was a good storyline.
Yeah, see, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm a comic. I mean, I'm a comic book guy, but I'm not a comic book guy. I'm a
Yeah.
comic book character guy. That's
There
it.
you go. Yeah.
I like comic book characters. I don't actually read comic books.
Sure. Yeah, I don't anymore, but I for sure
Yeah.
did. I still have a collection upstairs, a couple boxes of them.
Nope, I have.
I was a big Spawn fan, especially when the movie came out. Even though people didn't like the movie, I'm like, I thought the movie's great. Like, loved it.
I think I remember watching that.
Yeah, it's
I think
from
that was like
1997.
90s. Yeah, that was like 90s, I think.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So, all right. Yeah. Other than not knowing who any of these people are, I don't know what I think. Other than crypto.
Yes, I saw some people say, which I kind of got the feel for too, that it kind of reminded them of The Boys, which is kind of like.
Okay, and I've never watched The Boys.
Oh well, it's a totally different kind of
show. A lady I used to work with, she told me I needed to watch it, and I never did.
Yeah, the first couple seasons are really good. I didn't watch the last season; it kind of fell off for me, and I didn't really like it anymore. But the first couple seasons are fantastic. But it there might be some hints in this trailer though of kind of like maybe superheroes have become sort of a common thing at this point in this universe, and they're sort of like, oh yeah, I'm here, I'll show up. I'm maybe corporate sponsored, which is kind of like in The Boys. And then Superman comes to sort of be like the kind of like Captain America against Iron Man, where it's very like, I'm going to do what's right no matter what. I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
And Iron Man's like, no, we got to follow the rules. So it might be like there might be some, infighting between the superheroes and stuff. It's
okay.
Hard to tell at this point, but
all right. Yeah, I mean, I'm optimistic about this.
Yeah.
I will. I will go into it open-minded.
Yeah.
Again, now, if I don't make it to the theater to see it, I'm not going to be. This is on my. I must go to the theater and see this movie, unless the next trailer comes out and is like, "Oh, Lynn, you need to go watch this movie."
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to tell.
I mean,
hopefully they only do like one more trailer.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
early next year or something.
It's July, so
they got a while.
We're looking at 7 months.
6 months, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't like trailers that show you everything.
Yeah.
I prefer trailers, especially more for like the TV series that they do. Like those all the stuff with the trailer maybe is in the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Because I hate when you go to, you're like, oh, well, I saw that trailer. I basically saw the best parts of that movie.
Yeah, I think they build trailers like that when they think the movie actually isn't going to do well. They're like, well, we'll just trick that first round of people in so we'll at least get that. Whereas the ones that just tease you enough just to get you to go, like, because they know it's good, because they know word of mouth will continue it.
Yeah.
So more people will come.
Well, and ever since COVID, I don't think, well, they haven't been. Movies have not been in the theater nearly as long.
No.
No, I mean, it'd be in the theater and then within 2 weeks, it's out.
Yeah, because people got used to watching things at home anyway. So they're like, unless it's also why they're investing in bigger movie theaters, like more IMAX theaters, more digital theaters, because that's really why people go now. It's like, well, if I really have to see it in the theater, like the experience is going to be totally different, then I'm totally going to go. Otherwise, I'll just watch it at home when it comes out, because it's going to come out in a month or two anyway. So
yeah. Oh, I remember when movies used to come out, it would be like a year until it came out.
Yep.
Yeah,
and then they started printing DVDs like 3 to 6 months after, and it sort of like came up. But then, during COVID, it was like
COVID. It was like, okay, well,
we'll
put it in the theater the next day. Here, you can watch it streaming on this.
Yeah, there's some they experimented, which I thought was good, where they would actually have them. Some of them came out at the same time.
Yeah, at the same time. It's like
Black Widow was one of them, and then Scarlett Johansson sued Disney because of it, because she gets different amounts of money for theater views versus streaming views. So then she went and sued them, and she did win for an undisclosed amount because she's like, you didn't give it a chance. You just put it out at the same time. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. I'm a big proponent of going to the theater. I do enjoy going to the theater. I love going to that experience.
Yep.
Because I mean, even at home, I mean, I've got my home theater set up over here, and I do watch movies down here. But it's easy to get distracted
Sure.
to do something, have your phone or whatever. And you
Yep.
go to the movie theater, you're focused on the movie.
Yeah. And have you been to any like Marvel opening day movies?
See,
Like,
I don't do opening days really.
oh man, it's
My
wild.
last
Like I was there for Infinity War and Endgame, and like man, only the super into it people are there, and there is so much, and Star Wars too. Like some of the Star Wars
Oh yeah,
movies,
I've
like
done,
it
but I
is
haven't even done
people
opening days on.
cheer. Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
never have done an opening day on any Star Wars movie.
Oh man,
I mean,
I did opening weekend. I think with Star
I've done
Wars.
opening weekends.
Yeah.
Opening weekend. So you're still getting, the diehards there. I'm not there. Now, I did do with Trey the 3 Hobbit movies.
Uh-huh.
We did those. We did Midnight Hobbit movies. That's back when they actually did them at midnight.
Yeah.
We did all 3 of those together, and those were fun. I mean, those were the diehard people. I've got somewhere a picture of Trey dressed up as a Hobbit. See, here I'm talking about him. He's not even here to defend himself.
Nice. Well, this is the best time to talk about him.
Yeah.
Or he can see it on the video later.
But Trey and I went and watched the anime Lord of the Rings that just came out.
Yeah, I couldn't make that.
War of the Rohirrim. And we went and saw it on Saturday. And it came out, I think, the Friday. But okay, you would think opening weekend. Sure, we went at 1:00 on a Saturday afternoon. There was a handful of people in the theater.
I wonder how it's doing. Is it not doing well, or
if it's not doing well, or if it was just because it was that time, or people are just not going to the theaters like they used to.
And that for sure is true.
And that makes me sad.
Yes, it is nice. I mean, just being there with other people is sometimes fun, sometimes not fun if screaming kids or annoying people on their phones. But otherwise, it's usually a really good experience and fun.
Now, I went to a couple midnight Harry Potters with my wife.
Yep, I did.
Those people are weird. Sorry, I'm one of those weird people too, though. I went and saw a few years ago. This is before the Disney. When they did episode 1 in 3D.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were going to do all of them, all 6 of them at the time, in 3D, but they only did episode 1 in 3D. They only released it. I think the other ones were all made in 3D. All they had to do is go put them on a projector. There you go. But I went and saw that at midnight. That's the only midnight Star Wars I did. And yes, there were, I remember, a lot of people. When I went and saw Force Awakens, it was opening, I want to say opening weekend, or maybe even the weekend after. I don't remember. But there was, the droid builders were there. There was an R2-D2 there. I got a picture of my daughter next to R2-D2. And she was like, she loves R2-D2. So, I mean, I've gone to movies where there's been people that, you get that feel where seeing at home.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Yeah. Opening night of Infinity War, when all the characters started dusting and just disappearing, like it was mostly women, but they were like, oh my gosh. Like they're all like, what happened? Like they just couldn't believe it. They're like, all these characters are dying. Or in in Endgame when Cap catches the hammer, or when he says Avengers Assemble, like just people like standing up screaming. Like they were like screaming and clapping. Like it was
See, I probably should have gone to one of those, but I didn't.
Yeah, those two were like the first Avengers movie was also, I'm not sure I went opening night for that, but it was also like a culmination. Everyone's just like, oh my gosh, that's so cool, like awesome. Yeah. But man, the final end of that chapter with Infinity War and Endgame was
the first Marvel movie I went and saw in a theater was Iron Man 3.
Nice.
So I missed all of Phase 1 in the
Okay,
theater.
I saw all of Phase 1 like before my kids were born. Like we used to go and see like everything in the theater.
Well,
So
when
and you already had kids by then, so
yeah, I had kids by then.
yeah.
Well, to give you an idea, Episode 1 came out in '99. That's when I got married. I went and saw that 9 times in a movie theater.
Nice.
Episode 2 came out 3 years later. I had a 1-year-old, and I saw that twice in a theater.
Yeah, nice. Well,
Amazing
that says a lot.
what'll happen in that time frame. So yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I think Episode 2 of the 3, I think, was my least favorite, but I still liked it. I still enjoyed it.
Yeah,
but,
I would still go. But
yeah.
watching that, I mean, yeah, I'm excited, but
yeah,
I'm not
hopefully
sure.
good. It's the start of his new universe, so
Yeah, and hopefully they don't try to rush it like they did the last time.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping. So
yeah, and this is the only one he's directing, I believe, because he's the head of the studio, and he just said that he needed to direct this one.
He's the Kevin Feige of the DC universe.
Yes. What's funny is he was going to be the new Kevin Feige of the Marvel universe, but there was that whole scandal with
where it looked like he was going to come back to even do Guardians and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, and they kind of temporarily said goodbye because of public pressure, and then they said, "Okay, things are good. We're come back," and then he's like, "Okay, cool," but I'm also because by the time Guardians 3 came out, he was already signed up with DC. So.
Well, yeah, and he'd done well, and he did Suicide Squad in the middle between 2 Guardians movies and stuff. So yeah,
yep.
So yeah. So I mean, I wish James Gunn well. I hope this works for him. I hope DC does well with this. I do.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have not just one studio making.
Yeah, not just one set of superhero movies, comic book movies.
We'll take it.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. But
ditto.
Do I need to go in the theater and see it? I don't know. I want to. If I do, I really hope they don't have to use all John Williams music.
Sure.
But I want some John Williams Superman theme. That is Superman.
Yep. 100%.
Yes.
Well, I'll want to see it in the theater, so maybe I'll drag you.
So you might just have to drag me along with you. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I guess if you're going to drag me along, I will go.
Yeah, the bigger epic movies are the ones I like to see in the theaters. Otherwise, I don't see them in theaters anymore. But those movies I still go to. So I'm like, gotta go.
I mean, well, like, okay, we got Captain America coming up in February. I'll go watch that in the theater.
Yep.
I wanted to go see that Lord of the Rings, War of the Rohirrim in theater. So yeah, and it was really good. You should go see it in a theater.
Maybe I will. Now that it's almost my kids' Christmas break and I have some time anyway.
Yeah. See. So anything else other than this trailer? Anything exciting happening?
No, we did ramble earlier.
Yeah, we rambled earlier, but before when we thought maybe Trey was going to show up, we did ramble
maybe you can cut back to that. Or
maybe I'll cut some of that in.
Yeah,
I don't know, like the bonus material.
Yeah, exactly.
The deleted scenes.
Yeah, we have our own deleted scenes.
We have our own deleted scenes tonight. Okay, maybe I'll put some deleted scenes in there.
Sounds good.
But other than that, I've got nothing else really here. So still only at, let me double check here. I'm going to look.
I'm pretty sure it's still 18.
I'm pretty sure it's still 18. All right. Yeah, 18. So subscribe, like this video. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. If you are a subscriber, thank you. We appreciate it much.
Yes.
In the comments, leave your thoughts of what you thought of this Superman teaser. Are you excited? Not excited? Did you know who any of these other people were? Because I didn't.
Hello.
So yeah. I guess until next time then. I'm Lynn.
And I'm Eric.
See you next time.
Bye-bye. So like, some of the people I follow are like, don't know about this Superman thing. It looks pretty. I don't know. And then like, but if you go on Twitter, like where James Gunn posted it, like it's 90%
Well, because those
positive.
are all the James Gunn fanboys.
Yeah, exactly. And they're all like, "Oh my gosh!" and
See,
my childhood. And
James
blah, blah.
Gunn, I like James. I mean, I don't per se like James Gunn. I enjoyed the Guardians movies that I've watched.
Yeah, they're all great. Some people are like that he's very hit or miss. Like some of his movies are fantastic, some are kind of meh, some are
I didn't watch Suicide Squad or anything.
It was it was okay.
So,
but the Creature Commandos actually has been pretty good.
That's the cartoon.
The cartoon, yeah.
But it's part of their whole overall DCU.
It is. Superman will actually be the third thing in the James Gunn new DC Studio universe. The first one was the documentary on Christopher Reeves. That was the first one for some reason.
Is that part of?
It's not part of the universe, but it is by the studio, meaning this new studio. So, and then Creature Commandos, has actually been really good so far. So, it's pretty good.
James Gunn has this thing about the weird side characters more than the main characters.
Yes, but he did say apparently up front. I mean, I'm sure we'll talk about this again, but he did talk about that he doesn't plan on making it like his usual shtick, which is like,
well, no, because he's like
sad. It's not going to be like, oh, sad stuff, and then break it up with comedy like he usually does. He's like, this movie's much more about hope and serious things, and
and he's in charge of a whole universe now. So
yes, exactly.
He's taking it probably a little more serious.
Yes, so this movie should be more serious, I think.
Nope. The Flash is part of this, right?
The Flash. That one, I liked it more than critics did. Like critics and people gave it a fairly low score, but I thought it was pretty good. Like there's some good stuff in it. Fun, interesting time travel stuff. It had Michael Keaton's Batman.
That's the only reason I'd want to watch it because Michael Keaton's in it.
Yep. His stuff is pretty cool. It's worth a watch once. I'm not sure. I wouldn't watch it a bunch of times, but
because Michael Keaton Batman.
Yeah, you only really get one action scene with him where I guess two, but only one that's really good.
I mean, I've heard. I mean, I didn't watch it, but I've seen bits on YouTube and stuff. The whole Infinite Earth thing going on. You got the Nicolas Cage Superman there.
That part was interesting.
Adam West Batman there.
Yep.
It's like okay.
Yeah, that part was kind of cool. Just sort of all the multiverse Superman. And it wasn't just Christopher Reeve. It was also what's her name, the Supergirl from the 80s too. She was in there. The Nicolas Cage one was weird. Like he was like on Krypton, like fighting some big scorpion monster thing.
That was because that was Kevin Smith was going to do that one, and the studio kept doing stupid things like, well, he needs to fight a giant robot something, and have you guys ever read a Superman comic book before?
I mean Brainiac, sure, but but then Kevin Smith went on, and wasn't he one of the writers for the Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck?
Honestly, I don't.
I think he was, because he showed up in the movie for 2 seconds.
He's in Daredevil.
Yeah, Kevin Smith showed up for like 2 seconds in Daredevil. I forget. He was in like.
I don't remember that.
I think they went to like where they are doing autopsies on bodies or something, and he was in there with someone.
It's been a really long time.
Plus, that movie wasn't all that great.
It was. I have, and the sad thing, I have the director's cut of Daredevil because I bought it in a box set, a DVD box set, and it had X-Men, X2, and Daredevil. And I think the only reason Daredevil was in there is because they were trying to get rid of copies of Daredevil.
Nice.
But I have it over. I'll watch it sometime again, just because I haven't gone through all my old comic book movies.
Oh, but have you watched the Daredevil TV show?
Nope,
Oh, that was really good, actually.
never watched that.
Um,
The closest I've gotten to Daredevil has been on Spider-Man and She-Hulk.
She-Hulk. That was so dumb. That whole, yeah, that whole show was pretty dumb.